Jack Powers live from my, whoever watches. Man, I was looking for a place to clean my glasses because they were dirty. I couldn't find a clean part of my shirt. But that's what it's like to, love it. It's the kind of work I do. All of this was a raised bed. Had these really old pieces of wood and the stakes all rotted out. So I just pulled that up along there. Won't be much trouble to finish pulling this up. And then here's a beautiful tree that I'm trying to save right now. It looks like it's going to survive. It looks like it's going to root. And those trees were way back here. I'll show you the back here. They were along the back of this fence line. So I pulled them all up. And what is that about? My hand must have hit something. Who's that? Sarah? Hey, Sarah. What's happening? Zeus. What's up, young man? The Zeus. Yeah, I'm just kind of showing you guys around a little bit, right, on this work site. This fence, here's the problem. Check this out. This is behind the fence on an undeveloped piece of property that's, the grade isn't up to this grade. I've dug all this out, but this grade actually comes up to here. So there's about a 3-foot difference on the other side. And the fence sits right on that line with the extra weight of the higher elevation, that dirt pushing against it. So it's been a matter of finding a solution outside of rebuilding the entire fence. They don't want to necessarily go with such a huge project as that would be. It'd be the way to go. If it was, if it was me and I had the money, I would just do it. But they want to just secure it so it doesn't fall down. So that's what I'm working on. I replanted these trees all along. This was just open. This was just all open in front of the house here. So I replanted all those all the way down. And yeah, I think they're going to survive. I think they're going to live. I think there's enough root left on them. And we got fertilizer, and I just watered them a minute ago. Pinoid! All right. Super shout out to Pinoid from Florida. My brother down there. How's it going, man? Kid, check the rhythm. Good evening. Yeah, I'm just walking you guys around my job site here. My work site. So today was a little bit of I'm still here obviously, but it's been a little bit of a physical drag. But here, this fence is so wobbly, it's likely to fall down. I don't even dare shake it. So I staked it down, and here's where the trees were all dug out. So I got it staked in a couple different places. But here's my solution, should anyone be interested. This is probably the worst space on the fence right here. You see, these are all rotted through. And they really should be replaced. But again, it's not my call, and it's basically just a matter now of stabilizing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another 4x4 over these 4x4s, and then I'm going to put a cable around both 4x4s right here. It'll go through, come out, and then I'm going to pour concrete right here and put the rebar in. You see that hole right there? I'm going to put rebar in, and I'm going to connect the cable to the rebar after everything is dry, of course. Then I'll just put some plywood down along the bottom, some ground contact plywood, and start backfilling it. And I think it'll hold. But that's what I've been up to. What have you guys been up to? Anything in particular? Probably bored you to death with my little tour, but there's one of the other little anchors I'm going to be sinking in. So I can only spend a few minutes here today, about 20, 25 minutes. I might stretch it to 30. But yeah, I got to keep paying the bills, man. Even, yeah, well, it just is what it is. I'm back in time. I'm back 30 years ago thinking that things are about, you know, it's strange because, like, back when I went in, $25 an hour was a lot of money. If you were making $25 an hour, 35 years ago, you were doing pretty good in the blue collar world, right? Is it benign or is it what, a tumor? Zeus? Appreciate you, Pinoid. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I'm just taking my little break here and just really trying to find a spot that's cool. This spot right here ain't bad. Nice corner way down here. Well, I hope everything turns out well with the pooch. Zeus, hope it does. I think it will. What's there to say? Many times I think it's a tragedy to be human, period. What else can I say? Wow. Yeah, that's probably, man, that's probably, yeah, I don't know. That sounds like a real specialty type surgery for veterinarians. I mean, those vets are pretty good. Really, they're pretty good doctors. And anatomy in mammals is pretty much the same, generally. So, yeah, I mean, it's hard to be human. It's hard to be any living thing on this planet. it seems like it's always some kind of a struggle. But, you know, I look at it from the glass half full point of view because I'm always saying, look, this is a challenge, it's a test, it's something, you know, that gives you an opportunity to test your skills emotionally or otherwise. And sometimes, yeah, I know, expensive. Yeah, that's what I'm getting to, man. Is that, you know, sometimes you just have to, man, those are hard calls to make. I mean, I know with my dogs, um, I would spend the money. I wouldn't hesitate, honestly, to spend whatever money I had to get them fixed if they were injured, or to get them medical care. Let's put it that way. Only if they were really old and on their last leg. Hey, hey, all right, Chad. Blood on the razor wire. I'm telling you, blood on the razor wire is not getting its fair shake. That's from Jack Powers, man. You guys are not getting your fair shake. You're putting a lot of work in. Oh my God, it's really phenomenal. And yeah, you should be getting. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I have no idea. I can't figure out the numbers game on this YouTube deal, but it's better to diversify sometimes, right? Okay. You know, okay. I'll call you I don't know, about 8 your time, if that's cool. But yeah, everything's cool out here. I mean, it's, you know, it's just putting one foot in front of the other and taking it step by step and trying to figure it out, right? There's Mr. Orange. Hey, man. We love you, Mr. Orange. Yeah, it's good to hear from you again. 8:30. I will. Okay. Yep. I will make that call. Yes, sir. I mean, yeah. There's just. I mean, you have to do a cost benefit analysis, right? You have to say to yourself, all right, what kind of effort am I putting into this in order to come up with this? And I mean, yeah, passive residual income is great, but I don't know. I just think there's, you know, many ways to do that. But anyway, yeah, I'm nowhere near there anyway. But yeah, Ted Kaczynski, 81. They said he committed suicide, but he had terminal cancer. So a guy like that, he would have, yeah, I'm surprised really that he didn't commit suicide earlier in his term. I mean, in a way I'm surprised, in a way I'm not, because, you know, he just wanted to be left alone. He just liked solitude, and I guess he just liked bombs and bombing people. I mean, you know, he might have had something to his thesis, his argument about industry and the takeover of society as is best for human beings, etc. But at the end of the day, you got to draw the line. You can't be sending bombs around. You can go with signs. You can make protests. You can do all kinds of things. Write blogs. I mean, newspaper articles back then probably they call them blogs now. But yeah, passed away, 81, Butner. Yeah. Um, it's the way we're all headed, right? At one point or another. Oh, I didn't know about, Sarah, I didn't know about Hanson. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Hey, Richard. Richard Doutling in the house. Joey Frakes. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Mr. Orange. And I agree with you too, Joey. Yep. Ah, I wonder, he had to be up there a little bit, Hanson. But, you're sitting in that cell up there, and it's day after day, minute. It gets to be like a Chinese torture chamber or something where they drop one little drop of water on your forehead every 15 seconds or something, right? At first, doesn't bother you at all. It's like, okay, what's this? And then, an hour or two into it, you start to become a little bit disturbed by it. It becomes a little bit irritating. Within probably, I don't know, a few hours, maybe 8, 10, 24, you're going out of your mind. So, yeah, it's that kind of monotony and that kind of life. You do see other convicts at ADX, but it's extraordinarily limited. You just catch glimpses of them. If you're in the control unit, you're only going to see someone if you're at the indoor, if you're on the same range and go to the indoor rec area, you can see each other through a safety glass with bars. And you can see other prisoners across the hall in those cells as well. So you can hang out a little bit on, during rec time, but that's about it. Otherwise, it's just a passing glance. But yeah, it's, that's just, and I think too that, I think confinement cuts your life short if you're, I don't know if there's been any studies on that with humans, like, people that are just locked up for really long periods of time. But maybe that would depend too on when it starts, right? Yeah, thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Thank you. I never dreamed while I was there that I would actually be out and, relatively free again. It was just something that was beyond the scope of my immediate reality. And then, one thing after another started happening, and it was all happenstance, what I call happenstance. And it just, whatever you want to call it, it's just, there's something somewhere in operation that you want to call it creator, you want to call it happenstance, you want to call it Yahweh or Allah or whatever. I just think there's some principle, some concept maybe that is rocking this whole thing some way. Once I started engaging in meditation and practicing the manual program, everything started to change. Everything, good things started to happen. Real benefits, great things. So, I was very fortunate. I say fortunate, but it's just one of those anecdotal things. It was happenstance. It was me putting in my work and doing my best to become a better human being, and then happenstance rewarding those efforts. Simple as that. Did I have to go through some tests, some trials, some traumas, and even worse, actual torture? Yeah. Yes, I did. Did it make me a better person? I don't know. It's hard to make the call as to how that one affected me. But rest assured, it did affect me. You can't undergo actual physical torture by other human beings and not be affected in some way. But I don't think it's a necessarily a negative way. I think it just opened my eyes really wide to how we are as human beings, what we're really about when you take off the gloves, when you give, anytime you give one or more human beings power and control over one or more other human beings, they're always going to abuse that authority or that power in some way at some time. It can't be helped. It really can't. I mean, unless you've got a really, really high degree of personal integrity. Yeah, I don't know for sure if I saw Robert Hansen. I thought I saw him in the visiting area one time. It looked like he had a daughter or something, maybe 30-something years old. I was just passing by again, and I just saw like his profile, and he looked like an FBI agent. He was just, I don't know. There's something weird about it because, I mean, there's truth to it, right? Do you guys agree that there's truth to, that guy looks like a cop, or that guy looks like an FBI agent? It's mostly their body language, not their facial features, or their, sometimes it's their wardrobe too. But anyway, yeah, it is what it is, right? Yeah. Well, I'm not there, Zeus. I'm not there. I hope to be there. I mean, or be closer to being there each day. But I'm not anywhere close yet. This existence is flesh. It's flesh. It is what it is. Flesh is a material. It's a material world. I think it's a lower level world. But it is what it is. We have to accept the facts, right? So, what are we doing? What are we working toward? What are we working for? I mean, yeah, we all want relaxation, pleasure, enjoyment. Sometimes those things come, and sometimes not. it's like, it goes up and down in my experience. So, uh, as long as we're content, I think as long as we're putting our best foot forward, as long as we're being able to make good, solid decisions, rational decisions based on what we know and have experienced rather than the habits of our emotions or our minds, our reactions. I think as long as we're in touch with the difference and able to make rational choices, I think we're going to be all right. I think we're going to be great. Danielle. Hi, Danielle. Just hanging out at the job site, talking a little bit, just kind of riffing. But everything's cool. Just getting my little break in here. Yeah, I'm just taking a little break and just walking around showing what I've been doing here, just digging these trees out, these big trees. The roots, look how big those roots are. They were in there too. Those roots, those trees were in there. They were in there. They were tough though. They're all out front now. And they're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's why I didn't want to throw them away. I convinced the owners to use them out front as a hedge and replanted them. So this is just going to be a walkway, but the problem again is this fence. It's almost due to fall over into the neighbor's area. The only thing is the neighbor's area is about 4 foot down their lawn. So that's why that fence is in danger of falling. And I have tied it up, this wire and those stakes, because I'm going to operate on it tomorrow. I'm going to try to get these steel stakes in here tonight, and then I'm going to operate on this. I'm going to pour the concrete tomorrow and hopefully start getting things lined up. But yeah, it's nice to be out. It's nice to be free. It's nice to have fresh air. It's nice to be able to look at trees. I wanted to show you guys something too, because earlier, I saw this when I was out here, but you see those trees right there? It's some kind of a pine, right? Or, I don't know, some kind of a fir maybe. But then the taller one is a palm tree, that one that goes way up there. So when the wind was blowing, it looked like the palm tree was making out with the fir or whatever it is. It was really cool. It was just, I was like, wow, what I would have given just to be able to see a tree sometimes, just to be able to get a breath of fresh air. Man, how many windows did I break out? I was always breaking the window out of the back of the cell. Those little 4-inch windows. I was always breaking those, just to get some air. Sometimes throw stuff out, but yeah, the little things count, Danielle. That's for sure. I mean, that's really all that does count is the little things. I think because if you stop to count up your blessings, if you stop to really think about it, how fortunate we are in so many ways, it really helps the mind. It really helps generally, just who you are. I mean, I think it brings in a different kind of a frequency or vibe, right? Just being thankful, just saying, man, appreciate this. But I appreciate you all. I've got to get back to work here. And very much appreciate you. I'm a little bit over my time today by about 1 minute right now. So I will have to make that up. But I'll check with you all later. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you again soon. Yeah, 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 exactly. All right, Richard. All right, everybody. I'm out.